Tell you what, this coaching carousel, that's right. It done drove me to drinking. Just when you thought that you heard it all. Now it seems that Lincoln Riley may be exposed. Lincoln Riley may be going to USC with some recruiting violations in his baggage. Let's talk about it. What's going on today, boys and girls in sport land? This is JPC. I am the outlaw of college football, but most importantly, this is the home of the Common Joe and Common Sally. No, even more so than all those media talking heads. Now, let's get right to it, because I'm eager to get into this. This is something that's been bandied about and rumored for quite some time, but I just chalked it up as internet rumors and Oklahoma fans basically being scorned by Lincoln Riley doing what he did. But there's been activity on Twitter. Twitter is a big boogaboo for everybody. Twitter can get you in so much trouble because even if you put it out there and erase it, once people screenshot it, you're done. And if you got a little blue mark beside your name, then we know it's really you, right? Well, you're wondering what I'm talking about here. I was listening to a few podcasts today, and I come across this one, Matt the Great, and they were talking about the fact that, I think his name was Roy Lanning or Manning or something. He's the defensive backs coach for Oklahoma currently. That's the key word, currently. Well, there's this recruit named Damani Jackson, 5-star recruit, was talking about how Lincoln Riley was blowing his phone up even with all this circus thing going on with him leaving for USC, and he was impressed that Lincoln Riley took the time to text him. But the big thing that came out was that he said Roy Lanning had been contacting him as well in favor of USC. Now, Roy Lanning is still currently a head coach at Oklahoma. He hasn't joined the staff at USC. He hasn't been hired by USC. He supposedly was on a recruiting venture with Bob Stoops just a few days ago. So how can you be recruiting for Oklahoma and USC at the same time? That seems a little shady. And that seems like something that maybe Lincoln Riley didn't put his ducks in a row like he was supposed to. And now we're starting to find out who was the evil one in this marriage between Lincoln Riley and Oklahoma. I've tried to stay neutral because I know there's things on both sides that can be said about both parties, good and bad. But this pretty much reeks for Lincoln. If he's got a guy that's on the Oklahoma staff and he's recruiting for USC, it's probably I'm guessing that's probably an NCAA violation of magnitude. And as you know, USC, much to the chagrin of a lot of people out there who like to say that the SEC teams and Southern teams are the ones that cheat, USC, you can look this up on ncaa.org, USC is the most probationed team in college football history. They're the only team that's ever got a Heisman Trophy and a national championship stripped from them. Now, the Heisman Trophy thing, that may have happened before. But the national championship thing, I know for sure that they're the only team to this day that has ever had a national championship stripped from them. So, do they want to invite that kind of baggage in? I know it would tickle the Oklahoma people to death if Lincoln Riley has literally screwed himself and USC could null and void the man's contract, and Lincoln Riley has already left Oklahoma, So Lincoln Riley would be out of a job. I'm sure he'd land on his feet probably somewhere, sometime, but it would probably take a good year or two to get this stain off if this stuff is true, because it's pretty shady. You got a guy that you want on your staff that still currently works for Oklahoma and is recruiting for both teams and recruiting players behind Oklahoma's back, yet he's still employed by Oklahoma. That's some pretty hardcore, ethically corrupt bullshit, Lincoln. Need to get your shit together, man, because you just might, be out of a job completely if some of this shit is true. And that's all I got to say about that, you guys and gals. I keep tripping over that for some reason. You guys and gals, leave what you think about this whole mess in the comment section. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams.